How's it going, Sagittarius community? Soul Tigress here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. Let me start this video by saying thank you for your time, your energy, and your patience as I navigate this story between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Now, with that being said, this is a space where we call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come on in and be the guides and protectors of all the positive messages that are going to come out. Now, let me be upfront and say this right away. This is not love tarot. This channel is geared around self-empowerment, and what that means to me is us building our stepping stones to get closer to our soul being, which helps align us with a higher power. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Thank you. I just gotta say this again. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being the last ones up this time around. It's taken a while for me to get here, and y'all were so patient, and I am honored that you guys waited for your story. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's talk about this vibe here right now. The Sagittarius in this story is in the midst of a storm. Keep in mind, things generally get worse before the storm has finally passed. And then the chaos is over. Every distraction that comes your way is a test. Testing how you can handle this storm in life. What will be. No matter what happens. Remember, storms don't last forever. When they are gone, that's when we tend to really rejoice at the freshness of things after the storm has left, because you know, it's like you're taking a breath of fresh air. You can appreciate the fact that things aren't hectic anymore. And I just want to let you know, Sagittarius, these distractions are for real. And they're a lot. But they're meant to be like speed bumps here right now. I'm not going to lie. There is a fly that all of a sudden, I haven't seen a fly in a few days, but all of a sudden there's a fly here right before I turned on this camera. And also, before I turned on this camera, a little bit afterwards, there was some really weird noise. It sounds like somebody's either power washing something. They could be grinding something. They could be, I don't know what they're doing, but it's something with some kind of power tool or something attached to it. So it really makes you stop and second guess if you're supposed to be doing things, or it could bring on like this procrastination type of energy. And the divine, your guides, want you to still keep tempo with life when you're feeling these distractions. That's really when you dig your heels into your self-discipline. Making sure not to overrun yourself with too many things, trying to accomplish everything. That's not where they're pointing the discipline at. They're pointing the self-discipline into you making sure that you take care of yourself. Remember, when we're in the midst of a storm, we still have to take care of ourselves to make sure that we're safe and we can make it through the storm. So whatever it is, when it comes to your new beginning, they want you to have these routines, or whatever this fresh start is after the storm. They want you to have these routines of self-care still implemented. Making sure, again, even during this storm, to still take care of yourself. Yes, you are trying to make it through a storm, but you are coming out still all together, no matter what. And that's the biggest thing. You don't want to come out of this broken. You don't want to come out of this worser and health kind of thing. One thing that I talk about to my clients all the time when it comes to self-care is you want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of your body. You want to take care of your mind. You want to take care of your spiritual being, because when you get to the age of retirement, you don't want to be broken. You want to be able to enjoy all the things that you worked for. And this is kind of like this concept here, Sagittarius, where they don't want you to overwork yourself to where you break yourself somehow, whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically. This is why slowing down and making sure that you also are making choices that take care of you. When we get overburdened with tasks to do, when we're overly stressed, that's when the keys start to fall to the floor. That's when things start to break. That's when we start to accidentally bump our wrist into the wall, bump our toe on the corner of something, stuff like that. That's when we are overly focused on our stress and we accidentally run a red light. So they want to make sure that you are still staying checked into the now and taking care of yourself. So let's see what else needs to come out. Yeah, making sure that you still put yourself as important. Whatever it is that you're handling, Sagittarius. Don't forget, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are a stay-at-home person that works, whether a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home person, again, that works from home, sometimes it can be hard to take care of yourself when you have a home life that you are really, really in the depths of. That's one thing I've noticed, even with my workout career. I'm going to ramble a little bit. Is when I went from working out in the gym to working out at home, that's where I had to battle even more distractions. More distractions to still be able to pursue my goals and keep the self-discipline. Because when I'm at home, I have TV, I have snacks, I have laundry stuff, I have kids, I have other distractions. I have my phone right there. Whereas at the gym, that was like my ideal construction time. I don't got to worry about anything but working out. But again, that can be hard for somebody who's really in their home a lot. So just remember taking care of yourself, making sure that you kind of run some of your tasks like a 9-to-5 kind of thing. Making sure that you can get off your shift somehow and still be able to take care of yourself. Or even if you are getting off of a long shift, still doing things to make sure to take care of yourself. Running the bubble bath if you like bubble baths, snuggling up with your favorite playlist and reading a book. Picking up that special food that's that comfort that really feeds you. That feeds you inside, that makes you smile, that makes you feel like everything's worth it. That's the thing right there, because when you feel like you are appreciated, and sometimes that has to be appreciating ourselves that does it. But when you feel appreciated, things aren't so hectic. You're able to slow down. You're able to not have that tunnel vision, but you're able to look around more at things. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this introduction. I hope that makes sense. Honestly, Sagittarius, your energy right now is very, 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 very busy. It's very, very, very scattered. Right now, it's that one-track mind, that tunnel vision on just accomplishing as much as you can with the hours of the day that you have. But just know there's tomorrow. There's the next day. Everything will fall into place. All right, so let's go ahead and call in the ancestors and spirit guides. You know what? I might have a Sagittarius who's been feeling very forgetful lately. There was something I was going to share and I completely spaced it. And it had been on the back of my mind to share it, and I didn't know how at first, but then I was like, oh, here it is, and now it's gone. And I'm just like, what the hell? So Sagittarius, you might be dealing with some forgetfulness. Let's go ahead and call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides. What needs to come out for the introduction? So we have partnerships in reverse, something that you're not seeing. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support system. Sagittarius, you're such an independent sign. I understand why you don't see this. I understand even why you're at odds ends with this. Sagittarius, like I said, is a very independent sign. They will get it all done themselves. And maybe that's something that's not supposed to happen right now. Maybe you are supposed to learn how to lean on some of the support system that you do have. Maybe assigning certain people tasks. Tasks that, yes, they're not going to get done to your standards because this is somebody else with different standards, but it's still going to get accomplished. And that just takes one thing off of your load there, which can help out quite a bit, because sometimes when we have an independent person, they really stress on making sure certain tasks get done by certain times. So this may again be something that can help you out. I have hope. Hope, stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. And this one's at a distance. I feel like you really don't see that the worst is behind you. You're still in the midst of the storm. And that's just the perception right here. That's what I get, because you know what? You started something. And I don't know if this is too soon to say this, but whatever you started, whatever results that you're not seeing right now from the things that you've started, they're coming. They are coming. It's a lot of good fortune here. And this is why I bring up the storm of life, is that sometimes, you know, things get really hectic right before the storm is over. And right now, your guides want you to keep the faith, keep hope, keep looking to the light. When things are depleting you, when they're draining you, lean on others. Lean on others, even if it's small tasks. We have innocence here. Take time to play, nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. I feel like the thing is, they don't want you to take an old view, a view that you have gathered right before this storm happened, and even during this storm that may be increasing this view. They don't want you to take that view to this new fortune that's coming your way. I feel like that has to deal with self-doubt, maybe even doubting certain things that are for you in your future. Right now, if you get presented with a clean slate with this fortune coming, they want you to fully be able to see how you have possibilities here. Maybe the Sagittarius is an artist. And so what I'm seeing, it's like getting a blank canvas. It's like maybe I have a Sagittarius who likes to write literature. It's like getting a brand new, fresh journal. It's like getting a brand new computer. You're getting this nice, new, clean slate. And they don't want you to look at it like the things before it. Then I have rebirth, something that you're at odds ends with and something that you don't see. Reinvent yourself. Give life to your dreams. Create a new reality. So sometimes what happens with the storm of life. Again, we can have self-doubts. We can actually end up pushing back, self-sabotaging, because we don't believe it's ever gonna end. And I feel like, again, making sure you come out with this clean slate, not trying to color this canvas like what you've had in the past. This is a time for you to reach for different colors, reach for different things. This is a time that, you know, you can really start to explore you and what you want, what you don't want, how you want to express yourself, you know, what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept. This is a whole new you, new thing that's coming about. All right, let's see. Two more cards. Ooh, I like this one because friendship was at the bottom of the deck. So I have friendship here. Seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. I like that. And the key word is positive people. A lot of times when we get a clean slate in life, get a clean canvas, is because we're restarting, we're doing something. We could be uprooting something here, whether it's ourselves, our beliefs, something different. But it's something that's more aligned with you. And you're going to find people there that are like that. But one of the things is before we get to that whole new thing is, how can we stay in that frequency of love, light, and compassion? Those higher vibrations. That's what it is. Making sure that if we have negative people, how can we navigate away from them? Navigate from keeping their misery company. And making sure to navigate more to positive people at this time. Then I have growth. Seek out a mentor or a guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. Now, this is a part of your healing journey. Whatever this storm is about, it is time. It is definitely time. If you don't have time to reach out to a mentor, a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, then you can definitely look on YouTube. Start to watch videos and stuff. Start to talk to people. Start to look up stories about how people made it through. Looking at stories of different things that other people went through who were in the type of storm that you were in. You might find information that teaches you something. You might find information that helps you with your rebirth. You might find information that gives you that hope that there is light at the end of this storm here. And then I have miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender and bow. The key word is just to keep having faith. Remember, whatever this is, it didn't make you. And it damn well doesn't have to break you. Just know that. You've came so far. You're almost there. Do not give up now. Do not give in to the self-doubt. Do not give in to the negative energies that want you to self-sabotage here. The energies that want you to make you feel like you're alone. That's the biggest thing right here, right now. And I'm telling you, them distractions are for real, because I have that fly right there. And I'm telling you, I haven't seen a fly in my apartment. It's been about 3 weeks now because we've had a cooler summer. But you notice how I'm starting to talk about it? It's going to start hiding. It's going to start bobbing and weaving now. And it just wants to be right there. So these distractions could be like flies in your life, where you got somebody who's just always trying to be up in your business. They may not be really trying to interfere with your business, but they're over there looking over your shoulder. They're over there trying to distract you. They're trying to throw you off. Just know that you got a notebook. You got a fly swatter. You can react. I could go chasing that right now. But what would happen if I would go chasing that fly right now? That would distract me. And it would make it harder or take me longer to finish this story. So right here, I'm going to throw my focus to this story still. And I'm going to unfocus on the distraction. So just remember that when these distractions are coming up, you definitely have the willpower to readjust your focus. Let's go ahead and start the present now. I'm hearing angels, ancestors, and divine. What is it that wants to come out for the present when it comes to the Sagittarius frequency? Ooh, so I have a Knight of Wands. Ooh, going into reverse. And then I have Judgment. This lands under this rebirth. This lands a little bit under the miracles. Oh my goodness gracious. You're tippy-toeing. You're tippy-toeing on going off in one direction and one direction on how you feel about things. Especially how you express yourself through this storm. It's something that you're not giving options to, but it's something that's holding back your rebirth at the same time. What I'm hearing is I'm finally just giving everyone, everything, a piece of my mind. I'm tired, I'm fed up, I've been through this storm for so long. But that's the thing is if you got people who are capitalizing on your emotions, which I think I've talked about with Sagittarius a few stories back, then this is what they want you to do. They want you to shut down to certain energies here. The test is if you can still believe that there are good partnerships out there. Whether it's intimate partnerships, whether it's friendships, whether it's having relationships with professional relationships with co-workers. This comes down to, in a sense, how you view society. I feel like whether if you feel like society values you, whether it's your home life or it's just how you view people, I should say. All right. And as we talk about how we view people, we have Temperance come out. This is a Sagittarius card. This lands under your growth. This lands under hope. And I feel like right here, you're just trying to create balance in your life. You're trying to bring balance in this storm of things that's happening. You have so many which ways that you're trying to do things. You're trying to maybe even heal things, I'm hearing. You're very busy though. Very, very, very busy. Oh my goodness. Hold on. That was a little weird. So I have one, and it looks like it's the King of Cups who flipped out on their own here. So you got something very sneaky happening at the same time, I'm going to say, because the way this King of Cups flipped out on its own, I didn't even barely notice it. So King of Cups and upright, who sits on top of a Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, somebody's getting out of the cold about something. They're being very truthful. And there's an unmatching that's happening here. An unmatching energy that was supposed to be an ideal match because they're both cup energies. But we have somebody who's actually acting like a King of Swords here. A King of Swords who's acting like a bat out of hell. This is a part of the storm here. Whoever, whatever this is, they don't want to be left out on the cold. Whatever this storm is, it has a view that it puts itself on top. Basically, it's at the top of the pillar. It's the tallest thing in the room. It's the biggest thing in the room. All right, and then I have another energy that is emotionally unstable. I have two energies that are emotionally unstable. But I feel like this King of Cups, whoever these two kings are, I feel like this is the same person. I feel like it's a lot of Mr. Hyde and what is that, Dr. Jekyll kind of situation here. And I feel like this is the very thing that's creating this emotional movement in you for you to even go through this storm. This storm is a complete option, I feel like. But it's something that you have to go through these personalities, whoever these are. You have one person okay, who is very stuck. They're stuck in the way that they view the world. It's a very immature view because the King of Wands is supposed to be like a teacher. He can be a mentor. He can be somebody who dresses up really good. He's somebody that people look up to. Very charismatic when he leads his way. But he's also somebody that if you act up, he's definitely going to tan your hide. So with the King of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who just walks around tanning everyone's hides for any little reason, any little convenience. This is somebody who can't step up, but somebody who can acknowledge when they're in the wrong. Then I have this queen. This queen of feminine energy is one who's merciless, who's not compassionate, who isn't very kind, who can reach into somebody's chest and, sorry for this, but basically this is what I'm seeing, pull their heart out and basically toss it. That's what that's saying about this queen. But then I have the masculine here again who says, well, I'm emotionally balanced. You know, I've lived life for so long. I know what I'm talking about. And you know what bothers them is the fact that somebody's getting out of the cold. Somebody's choosing to make safer choices for themselves. And I feel like it has to do with the feminine energy here. The feminine energy who is stuck and reacting and having to play defense with this whoever Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll energy is here. And you could have this be a boss who's getting wind that you are getting sick and tired of their bull. This could be a specific family member. This could be a friend. But this is somebody who wears two faces. This is somebody who could be a little violent as well when it comes to whoever these kings are representing. But they are the fuel to the storm that you're in right now. That's what I get. Oh, wow. And then I have the 9 of Coins here. I feel like with the 9 of Coins coming out, it doesn't take much to make you happy here. All you need is some kind of little things, little gestures, little something here. Maybe it's a little help. But I'm feeling like it doesn't take much for you to be happy. You're not high maintenance. You're not whatever these two kings are. These two kings are no fun. You work hard. You work hard. You're not high maintenance. You are a giver. You are a nurturer. You take care of others as well. That's what I'm getting here. The Strength card. Something that you don't see. And it's a part of the miracles. Is that whatever this storm is, whatever you're weathering here, has been something that you've dealt with for years. A lot of times with the Strength Tarot card and upright, it talks about having the support of something, and usually this is an Empress here. Now when this comes in reverse, this talks about a selfish woman. It talks about a selfish person, I should say. So right here, you had to go through the midst of things when you were developing your stability, when it came to you taking care of others in this journey as well. Somebody here was really selfish a lot. Somebody really thought about them. Somebody always wanted to have some kind of control, some kind of chain tethered to you and what you did. Could be even how you presented yourself. They've always wanted a lot of control. And what you don't see is it's a miracle. It is a very big miracle that you were able to step out of whatever this illusion was. And as we talk about this miracle, we have this Eight of Wands energy come out onto your Temperance, onto your Chariot, onto this King of Wands here. We're looking at boundaries. We're looking at charisma. You're looking at being able not to be metaphorically cold and hungry anymore. Like you've been spiritually starved here. Your spirit has been cold here. It's been desolate. And one of the things is you're tired of being spiritually starved by whatever this is. Whatever this, I keep hearing like abusive situation was. This abusive situation that really attacked your emotional side to you. We're at odds ends with the steps that we're taking to navigate what we've been through. Here's that Empress. This very unfertile situation, this very self-centered situation, but this wasn't self-centered around you. This was self-centered around something else here. That's what I get with this Empress. With this Empress here, Empress goes to the Emperor. You know, this talks about fertility, having these great ideas. The Empress is also representing, who does the Empress? Venus. That's what I was thinking. But the Empress represents Libra. So Venus talks about the things that we love and the things that we relate to. Right here, whoever this Empress is, they are tipped into the unbalanced side. Whatever the situation was, you've dealt with it for a while, and I feel like this is the thing that when you walk away, it's really important to have some grace with yourself. Because right now, it could feel like you're failing at things. It could feel like, you know, for years, you haven't been seen. But now that you decided to go through this chaos of the storm, you went from years of not being seen to now you're being seen and you're being targeted. And it could be a lot of people in this storm, whatever the storm's about, is telling you about yourself. But from what I see, you've always been told about yourself. Whatever this situation is with this Dr. Hyde and Mr. Jackal, however you say this two-faced individual. I feel like this person tries to make you feel guilty. With this Nine of Swords like this in reverse, tries to make you feel guilty for you wanting to rise up and do something different. And it's this guilt that they're trying to still, keep that chain, tether, whatever it is that they're trying to anchor you down with. Yeah, see? So we talk about that. There's the Hangman. But it comes down to you're the only one who can anchor yourself down, because you are the only one who can give yourself, you're the only one who can give yourself permission to go off into different directions, permission to forgive yourself, for not understanding why this has been in the works for so long, why you've made choices that you've made. You are hung up because there's a part of you that's worried about your stability after this. There's a part of you that feels like you're not going to be able to come in and provide. There's a part of you that could honestly feel very, again, selfish about things, because now I have these two queens here. Both of the feminine energies here, somehow there's something here that we're not accepting. There's something that we're not being kind with ourselves. You could be reflecting back on the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. And this could be a part of the storm too. And this is, I guess, where I pick up the self-doubts and stuff like that. See what I tell you about the distractions? Hi, Kona. Is your favorite game happening right now? The game where you try and eliminate the fly? I'm telling y'all, this don't ever happen. I can't stop her. This is her hobby, is to eliminate flies, so. But yeah, I feel like you don't know this, but whatever this storm has been with this person who has two different sides to them, they have helped program your self-doubts. They have helped program how you look at yourself, how you view how you step into a room, how you view how other people look at you. But you're not aware of this. And I feel like, again, this is why self-doubts keeps coming in. Because I have only one person here. And this is this overly mature masculine who's trying to say, I am everything here. This person likes to be the biggest thing in the room. That's what I get. And you know what? If others only knew. That's all I can say is if others only knew. And I feel like this is why it's important for you to do some research. Do some research. Open up to other people's stories who got out of the same kind of storms that you were in. Here's that Page of Swords right there. Yeah. That reconfirms the imbalancedness that this person has helped program into you. Whether it's person, place, and or thing. Whatever it is, this person's immature, but they're quick to point the finger and say, you're immature. That's what I get with this Page of Swords in reverse. Holy moly. This is, whatever this was, you were very patient through, because I mean, if this has been something you've dealt with for years, you have been very patient. I would also tell you, you don't realize how strong you are. That's the thing. You don't realize how you are in touch. You are in touch with a part of yourself that you put trust into to help you navigate to this storm, to confront this storm, to go through this storm. That's what you don't see here. And I feel like if you can see how strong you are, that would really change your mindset and your view when it comes to anybody trying to encroach on you and make you feel a certain type of way. Because they're trying to trigger the things that they've programmed you with or helped program you with. Because again, if you only knew, if you could only see yourself how I see you in this Sagittarius, this one would just look like another idiot who likes to piss towards the wind, basically. This person don't got sense to them. They can try and say they got sense to them all they want. They don't got no sense to them. That's what I get, is this person, they don't got no sense. They don't care to have sense. They've depended on you to have all the sense somehow. I don't know. I can't see it all the way through, because everybody has their own situations. I can only get glimpses. Let's go ahead and call in the angels of protection. Angels of protection, help, guide, and protect us as I navigate the block here for the Sagittarius. What is it that needs to come out for the block? The Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. You already had 2 Sagittarius cards come out, eh? Actually, more than that, because we had the 8 of Wands come out too. So that's another specific Sagittarius card. There are 3 Sagittarius cards that are out right now. Wheel of Fortune, all about manifestations, optimism. Here comes that King of Cups in upright still. And the 9 of Swords in reverse still. What you feel like is an energy that you could take with you. You could end up taking this energy and feeling like everyone else who is like this, who is of this business, who is of this gender, who is of this crowd, will be the same. They'll be the same selfish person who only always focuses on what they want and doesn't see anyone else outside of that. And if you focus enough on this, you can manifest this. But this is again where it's important to let yourself have a clean slate. The 6 of Wands. You know, even though you could be leaning to this kind of concreted ideas, beliefs within you, I feel like with this 6 of Wands here, how do I put this? With the 6 of Wands coming out here, you're really against following anything else that's like this. It's just lumping them all into the barrel and saying they're all bad. But remember, a few rotten apples doesn't ruin the whole barrel. And as we say that, here comes the Devil card in reverse. This is a part of This is a part of what you're going to manifest in. Because remember, I told you there's fortune here. There is fortune ahead after this storm. There's a new start. There's a clean slate. But there's something here with self-doubts. There's something here that your guys don't want you to take with you. And one of the things is you're having a hard time is unattaching yourself to certain ideas when it comes to specific energy, specific genres, specific genders, specific communities. And they don't want you to take that. It's like, the example I can give you is that one time I had a bad breakup. I had another bad breakup. I don't have many relationships. When I commit, I commit. I'm all in. So when it's over, it hurts. It hurts so much. And I don't like to hurt like that. It's just so painful, especially when you're going through the deception of things. And for the longest time, and this is no offense to men, no offense to y'all, I have a weakness for y'all. I love me a man. I love the way their hands could be a little rough. I love that big hairy chest. Oh, I love me a man. But let me slow down there. Anyways, but it was a bad breakup. I had a few bad breakups. I had the donor who helped me make a couple of kids, who did the most for me not to succeed. And then you pair that with another relationship so much time later that you put all your efforts to, you're trying to build, you're trying to make more, you want to show this person you can be there for them. You're taking care of them through the thick and the thin. You're accepting their flaws. You're accepting their little unstable mental moments kind of thing. And shit still hit the fan. And no matter how much I tried to bring love into that last one, it wasn't gonna work. It was a karmic relationship. And you can't, I don't know, I haven't heard of anybody being able to turn a karmic relationship into a non-karmic relationship. I haven't. If you have, please comment below, let me know. But I walked away from my last karmic relationship saying that men are all the same. And it was all the negative aspects of how men are all the same. And one day, as I was thinking about my son and I was saying that, it dawned on me that if I'm not careful, I'm going to end up putting my son into my beliefs of the negative way I see men. And when that concept came to me, it almost brought tears to my eyes, because I don't want my son to be like the men I've dated. So I had to start exploring masculine energy. I had to start exploring feminine energy. And I had to rebalance this part out within me. And I feel like right here, they don't want you to walk away believing something really negative. And you sitting here believing that to your core and manifesting this in your future. That's what I think. And when you go on a journey of healing from toxic stuff, toxic things, toxic people, toxic places, that's when you're able to really address the root of things. And you can start to explore that they are not all alike. To this day, I think differently of men. I actually really love men, but I am skeptical of a lot of them. I hold them all at bay with like a 10-20 foot pole, because all I know is the next time around is going to be my last. That's it. There's no more after that. But I also know that I need to get myself to a place where I don't take the baggage, the negative views from what has happened in my past with others into a new beginning. And this is why I myself have been single for 9 years, trying to learn about myself, trying to learn how to love myself, trying to learn how to value myself, but also cleansing all the negative views that I've gained along the way because of the pain and the hurt that I've experienced from a few others. And I feel like that's something here for you, Sagittarius. And I feel like this is something that really, really, really hits you at the core when it comes to things, when it comes to thinking about the future of things, when it comes to even thinking about investing in other things. Ooh-wee. That is a lot right there. Oh my goodness. Have faith. Trust. Just trust. Just trust. Just trust. Things will work out. This King of Wands. This King of Wands I'm feeling was just, it was a sour one. It's been a sour one. But it was meant to come into your life. Everything is divinely timed. We made our choices that we made since way back in the day because this is going to bring a certain balance to your life when it comes to how you view others. Maybe the weight of others when it comes to their ethics, their morals, their goals, stuff like that. Maybe it's supposed to help bring a more balanced view into what you actually want when you're ready for it. And then we have the Four of Swords. Whatever it is when it comes to this chaos of the storm, it's almost over. It is almost over. Just know if you walk out saying that, you know, something's never for you again, you start to withhold yourself because you thought something was a good match before and it turned out to be a shitty match. Just know you let that other win. You let that other close you off. You let that other have this emotional control over you. Here comes that Queen of Cups again in reverse on all of this. On this one view. And you will always, no matter what relationships you enter, whether people you meet, places that you go to, you will always hold yourself back in a sense because you will always still be focused on that negative view that you took with you. Yeah, who went from the Four of Swords to the Four of Wands here. Seven of Cups. And the High Priestess. It's just kind of talking about how you were meant to go through these illusions with this one. However it is you were meant to go through these illusions, it could be to teach others. Maybe it was to teach yourself. Maybe you had to go through these illusions so you would finally get sick and tired of it and do something else about it when it came to your partnerships. But it's something, again, that is supposed to produce the fruit of you being able to sit higher up on things, especially when it comes to discernment for the next act that comes into your life, whatever this clean slate new canvas is. See, I'm telling you, the distractions. Be patient with your distractions. Some of them might not be as cute as this one is. Just know that. Some might be cute. But, you know, sometimes your distractions can be a good thing. You ever notice when you're trailing off into your thoughts and you're going down a dark one, and then all of a sudden something pops up, a person pops up, an animal pops up, and it distracts you from that negativity. That's something that you can use those distractions as a tool to help ground you back out into what you need to focus on. Alrighty, so we made it. We made it to this conclusion. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for hanging out. Let's make this simple. Let's make it sweet. Let's call in divine and universal energy. What is the positive messages here for the conclusion? What is it? What is it? What is it? We have integration. Yeah, you don't see it. You're not sure about it. But this is something that you're going to integrate into your life. This experience of this moment, this experience of this storm. You know, it may be something that when you finally get out of this storm and you have that breath of fresh air, that you start to see that you produced a miracle here. You were able to make this miracle happen. You were able to make this rebirth happen. And you were able to make it happen without closing off your heart and holding on to bitterness and grudges towards these others, you know, wishing bad upon whoever was a part of this storm. All right, let's see. I like this. I like this a lot. So, first three things that come out, remember, here we go, psychic development. So this is, remember, I was telling you that, or we were telling you, because the guides, your ancestors, the angels, divine and universal energy is all here. Remember how I was telling you that you came into the storm because you intuitively followed something with it. You knew that where you were at wasn't meant for you. You knew that you needed to brave some stuff in order to get out of it. So what's going to happen here is you're going to learn to start trusting in your intuition more. That's a part of you being able to sit up higher with things with yourself. And we're going to have a new day come about. But you have to give yourself permission for it to be this new day every day. Again, instead of being stuck on replay with the negativity of whatever this storm is. Something that's hard for you to see is the changes. And coming to full circle with these changes. Letting these changes help bring on this new kind of adventure energy. This progressive, this energy that wants to explore this new day, this new fresh start, this blank canvas that you're going to be presented with. And then I have stripping illusions, something that you don't see and that you're at odds ends with. I know you're upset because you followed whoever likes to piss into the wind. That's okay. That was a part of it. Sometimes we gotta have moments that we regret, to learn from them, not to live with the regret forever, but just to be like, man, why did I do what I do? What was it that had me go to this to begin with? And when you start to evaluate those, not again from a closed heart chakra where you're bitter towards it, but you develop this curiosity to it, you're able to accept it, you're going to start to balance the energies within, then you can start to heal the root of things, whatever it was that attracted you to this one. When it came to my storm, it was my lack of love for myself. One of the things is I believe that if I love somebody enough, then they would love me back. And that was very, very wrong. But it was something that I have always searched for as a child. I'm going to be upfront. I didn't grow up in a loving household. I'll tell you right now, my mom told me one time that she loved my brother more than me. It's hard when you grow up not feeling love, because you start to search for love in the wrong places. So again, going to the root, asking the questions of why you went to this direction, why you ended up going through this experience to begin with. That is going to help you find the wound, so to say, and start to clean out the infection that has been happening, that has been hurting you for so long. And the thing about wound cleaning is it's something that you have to maintain. All of us have had a bad wound to where we had to clean it for a few days. We had to make sure we had ointment. We had to make sure that we have fresh bandages. This is a wound that's going to take time. It's going to take time to heal. Hooking up, again, well, not like nightlife hooking up, but going and talking with a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, a mentor is all beneficial here, because these are people who you can be able to release. And with this releasing, so much that's built up is going to help you cleanse out all that negative energy that's been built up as well. And so that's going to help you work through stripping all the illusions. It's going to help you unfold each illusion at a time into a bigger picture where you're going to see yourself a little bit more. You're going to see what that person was looking for. And you're going to be able to start to give it to yourself. You're going to start to heal. You're going to start to be there for you. And you're going to be able to heal whatever view you have with this, whatever it is, to where you don't have this tether, and whatever this is, it doesn't ruin the fortune of your future, of whatever you go off into. Wow, one more card. It's the last one. The last dandelion. So something else that we're not seeing comes down to your stability. Slow and steady. With any healing journey, we have good days, we have bad days. I know when I started therapy and I started decompressing, I cried pretty much every session for like the first 4 months, I feel like. And I was going, what was it, bi-weekly at that time with one program, and then with another program I was going bi-weekly or weekly. It was weekly, 2 times weekly for like 2-3 months. It was a lot, and it was a lot of cleansing. It was a lot of coming to full circle with things. It was a lot of moving through stuff slowly, releasing it slowly, being able to progress to some new understandings, new way of seeing things, new ways of caring for myself. Because that is a big step in caring for yourself, is being able to release things that have been built up, especially when you went through a lot of chaos before. You're going to make this miracle happen. And if you want, Sagittarius, you can have this beautiful rebirth to when you finally get out of this storm, you're going to be able to actually breathe for the first time. Breathe in a way that you haven't been able to breathe before. This kind of new release, this new freedom, because Sagittarius are all about their freedom. But the thing is this is going to put you on a new adventure when it comes to people around you, I feel like. Being able to see a different side to humanity. That's if you're willing to embark on this. If you're willing to open up to another perspective opposed to closing yourself off. Good fortune is here though. Good fortune's here. They want you to heal something because there's most likely something down the road for you. Something you've been secretly asking for. Somehow something you've been curious about. I mean, in the midst of things, when we're fighting with others, we say we wish for certain things. Like I said, you could have been manifesting things. The whole thing is, when we manifest things, we only see it from that one little tunnel vision kind of view. Whereas the divine is like, I'm going to bring it in any which way I want to. All right, so this is going to conclude it. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your patience. And don't forget to thank the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out. And Sagittariuses, thank you. And I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.